Hello, welcome to Right as Rain Crochet. Today we're going to be doing this little mouse. This is one of the 11 in the zoo animal collection. And I'm going to, well, first, if you guys have not went and saw part one, you need to get to part one. That is going to do the body, legs, and the hands. All of the animals have the exact same body. It's just going to be a different video for what animal you're turning this into. I'm also going to put the link to the pattern, which is from Crochet Pattern Goods. Forewarning though, I do a lot of changes, changing up on these patterns and kind of move things around. So following might be difficult. But on the other hand, maybe just watching once and then you could follow the pattern. You know, that's up to you. So anyway, on the pattern, there is no mouse in the pattern. It is a Totoro. I think that's how you say it, but I think it's supposed to be like a woodland fairy or woodland creature. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to make a mouse. Because there wasn't one, and I thought it would be a really cute idea to do. So if you're following, there's something for you there. Okay, so later on, I'm going to show you guys the dress, how to crochet the dress. The dress is just a generic, everything's perfect, no changes dress. This one I went ahead and just changed up a little bit. And gave it a little bit of trim, a different color so I could tie in her pink that I wanted in her hair. This, of course, can be a boy mouse. Just don't make it so girly, you know. And we're going to go ahead and we'll just go ahead and get the ears done and the nose, and then we'll deal with this here in a little bit. If your color, change your color, you should have that ready. Go ahead and slip stitch, chain one, and turn. We are going to now chain one and turn at the end of every row. This will give us a flatter bottom. So let's go ahead and chain two. So that makes 3 chains altogether. We're going to count that as a double crochet, 1 double crochet. Then we're going to do a second double crochet. We want to do 4 double crochet increases. So 2 double crochets in each stitch 4 times. So that's 1. There we are, 2. 3. Whoops, one more on my 3. And then 4. Should be 4 clusters. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, now we're just going to do 2 single crochets to finish off this round. And that looks right. It should look like something is hanging out right in here, but that's nothing. So we're just going to leave it. That's perfect. Looks great. Chain 1, turn. Now we're going to go ahead and chain 2 more times. Makes our first double crochet. We're going to do 4 double crochets now. So that would be number 2. 1 is the chain, 2 is the double crochet. 3 and 4. Let's do 4 increases. That's set of 1. Set of 2. Three. And 4. And 4 double crochets to finish off the piece. And that last one will be down here where the turn chain is, because we chained. It's the best way to do it. Then what I do is I go ahead and chain one, and then I just want to go ahead, I'm just going to single crochet across this right here. It makes it so much easier to sew to pin down. You have a little bit more girth, and it also gives you that one extra row to be able to have your ears kind of be flippy up. So I just crochet across. I did 10. I don't know what we'll get this time, but tuck this yarn in now. You can tuck this in now. We had no place to tuck it because we turned, remember? So we got 3. Try not to go in this hole. Try to go up here. And if you still have one of those 6 single crochets around the magic ring, that'll be beautiful. And we'll make that hole bigger also. So before I finish off, go ahead and just pull that a little bit tight. Now it's just going to suck right back in there. Come down here. And then kind of look, do you want one more single crochet there to square that off? And I would say yes, because this side looks very nice and clean. And I think if we add one more, and maybe even don't add it to the hole, catch it to the chain. There's no right or wrong count on this, by the way. It's just stuff that I'm doing to make things look sharper or work better for the way I crochet. I'm not saying... So there, look, there we are. We're done. One beautiful, beautiful mouse here that, of course, gets sewn on this way. Now what we'll do is we're going to go ahead. We'll move on to the nose. How about that? Okay, we're ready for our nose. Let's go ahead and do 4 single crochets in the magic ring. And now let's go ahead and increase 2 single crochets in each stitch with a total of 8. Tuck that yarn if you can. I know I say that, tuck the yarn every single chance you're supposed to tuck the yarn, because I remember when I was learning to remember to do it, and it would just kick me in the butt when I was like, oh man, I gotta sew this in. I should have just been able to have crocheted around it. And then I just mess up. So it's like a mom. Be safe, be safe. Look for cars before you cross the street. That kind of stuff. Every time. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and slip stitch here. Da-doom. Get this nice and straight and cleaned up. Now we need to do 2 rows of 8 single crochets. And I will meet you back here at the end of your 2 rows of 8 single crochets. Okay, we made it around 2 rounds. So if you place this on your mouse body, if you think it needs to be a little bigger, we did 4. You can do 5 and then 10. You can, whatever multiple you want. We're not breaking anything down or increasing or anything to make it hard math or anything. So that's the nose, really. You can go ahead and chain 1 and cut your yarn. You can leave that in for sewing end. And then let's talk about our whiskers a little bit. Well, as you guys can see, I went ahead and just put a plastic little cute pink nose in there. Again, I was just kind of trying to tie my pinks together. And then I just took it's like, I guess it'd be called silk weight. Anyway, and I went ahead and cut it and pushed it through. And then I just put a little glue in the edges. They are going to come out if you have a better idea. Good for you, good for you. I probably should have used one full piece and then cut it like that so I could have weaved it in, but I didn't. So there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the dress. Okay, on to our dress. So our dress, we're going to make a slip knot. We're going to chain 22. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and do a slip stitch into the first chain. I go right in the front. This has seemed to work okay for me with this project. So, and then I'm going to slip stitch. Lost my tension. Okay, and chain 1. Now I can turn this all the right way. We are now going to do 22 double crochets all the way around. We definitely want to start in the stitch we came out of, because that is going to be considered 1. Tuck your yarn if you can. We all hate sewing in ends. So, and I'm going to go ahead and meet you back around when you've done 22 double crochets. Okay, guys, you made it back around. Let's go ahead and slip stitch to the first double crochet. And we'll go ahead and chain 1. And then we're going to, here's the fun part, 4 single crochets, go back into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 5. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to single crochet 8. That counts as 1. And 8. Chain 5. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to just finish crocheting, which should be 5 single crochets. If it's not a big deal. And let's go ahead and slip stitch. Cut our yarn, weave in our ends, and there's our cute little dress. Okay, next. Well, okay, you should have all of your stuff done and your dress on, and I think we are good to go. Thank you so much for joining me today at Right as Rain Crochet. I really do appreciate it. Check out my other videos, and like always, please like, share,